Okay, so having covered our basic positions, we need to start thinking about how do we get from one position to another. Russ is in a very bad position. He's mounted by Frank. He doesn't want to stay there. He's going to be losing energy by being on the bottom. He's going to be defending, being attacked. This is somewhere he does not want to stay. So he needs to look at ways to get out. There's a lot of different ways to get out of this position. Right now I'm just going to look at one very basic way of getting out. It's a very basic way, but it's one I still use today every time I train. So what we're going to see, first things first, Russ's feet, he's going to bring them up as close to his own butt as possible so that he could create drive. If his legs are out and flat, he's stuck to the ground and he hasn't got good movement. So he's going to bring his feet up to his butt. If Frank is sitting upright, what Russ can do is actually pop his hips. So just make a little bridge, and that's going to bring Frank forwards. By being active with his hips, as Frank is looking to control and looking to set up, being active with his hips and bumping his hips a few times is going to cause Frank to be unbalanced, like he's on a bucking horse, takes his concentration away from attacking and onto controlling the position. The next thing that Russ is going to do, he's going to pick a side. Now this might be purely arbitrary, or there might be a reason for it. He is stronger in one position, the relative position of where the arms are, he thinks it's easier to go for. You'll see Russ is going to trap an arm and trap that into his body. The next thing he's going to do is going to bring his foot over the foot here to trap that foot. So he's now trapped the foot and the arm on the same side of the body. Now what he's going to do is he is going to turn his head to the side, looking towards the direction he wants to go in, and he's going to raise his chin up, looking up to the sky, and he's going to drive his hips hard up to the sky. He has now reversed the position. Interesting thing to note, relatively, Frank and Russ are in exactly the same position as they were. Frank's legs are around Russ's body. They are chest to chest. The only thing that's changed is the orientation. We started off with planet Earth, Russ, Frank. They reversed. We have planet Earth, Frank, Russ. This starts to get a little bit more into some of the broader idea of jiu-jitsu, where pretty much any attack that Frank can go for when he is mounted, there's an equivalent variation that he can go for from the closed guard. Everything that Russ needs to be aware of to defend when he is mounted, he needs to be conscious of when he is in the closed guard. The only significant thing that has changed is who has the advantage in throwing punches. And that comes from the direction the gravity is going in and the freedom of movement. When Frank is on top, he has the ability to move more freely. When he's on the bottom, he is restricted a little bit by the friction, by the weight and control that Russ is applying to him. But what we have seen there is a fundamental reversal of position. There are no points awarded for that change of positions. It's considered an escape. Escapes do not get points, but they are very, very, very important to be able to avoid getting submitted and to be able to get into a position to go on the attack. So that is a very basic movement that we are going to practice over and over. The hip bump, to roll over, escape from the mount.